the first restaurant that I got on board, I obviously did myself, because at that point there was no team. It was just me single-handedly, and it was an Udupi joint, South Indian joint, and the typical Shetty owner, who is not very tech savvy. They don't really have computers or internet or anything like that installed at their location. So I went there and I was quite excited. I explained the entire concept to him, however best I could, saying how popular the internet has become and how people want to do everything online now. And the response I got was, नहीं मैडम, आजकल तो कोई नहीं, जिसको भी चाहिए वो फ़ोन उठा के ऑर्डर कर लेता है, कंप्यूटर पे कौन ऑर्डर करेगा, कोई नहीं करेगा. So that was, but then he actually signed up. So he was the first restaurant that actually signed up, and after he did that and after it went live, he actually made 15 of his friends sign up as well, because he realized he started getting corporate business and orders from areas that he never got before, or access to customers, premium customers, who generally order online. They get access to, first of all, they get visibility on the internet, which is, I don't even need to explain how big of a medium and how important the internet is in today's day and age. The offline present, people who walk past your store see it, or, if you spend a lot on print ads or things like that. Whereas online, anyone can find you anywhere. Anyone can just Google you and you might be there. So they get access to internet, and then they get access to premium customers, right? We have an entire corporate solution where we tie up with companies to enable their meal ordering, and the companies we work with only use our platform to order meals. That way they can track their meal expenditure, and they can reimburse in whatever they integrate with their accounting software and things like that. So they can't order from restaurants directly, they have to order through us. Restaurants get access to that market, restaurants get access to the gifting market. So let's say it's your girlfriend's birthday and she's in Delhi and you're here and you want to send her a gift. You can send her a meal online through it paying by credit card, but you can't call the restaurant and say next time मैं दिल्ली आऊँगा मैं आपको cash दे दूँगा आप अभी भेज दीजिए. No one's going to agree.
And also like people from abroad, there are lots of NRIs who live abroad, and they tend to send their parents and relatives and friends cakes and things for their birthdays and occasions. Raksha Bandhan, we had so many brothers living abroad sending their sisters cupcakes and cupcakes with Rakhis on them.
So
it was quite a it's quite a revelation that this market exists, and we didn't know.
Food gifting.
Absolutely.
This is something that we didn't anticipate at all. So
Valentine's Day was great.
That was crazy.
Yeah, we did heart-shaped pizzas. So we basically we came up with the idea that okay, how about moving away from the norm of flowers and chocolates and cakes and doing something different. So we thought, okay, how about heart-shaped pizzas? So this is an idea that came to the two of us about, I think, a week before Valentine's Day,
at the very last minute.
The very last minute, and we quickly swung into action. We pulled out a list of all the pizzerias that we have with us, and we called them up and said, hey, would you guys be open to making heart-shaped pizzas? So these few of them agreed, about 5-7 of them agreed, and then we
enough agreed that we had heart-shaped pizzas across the city.
And
so anywhere in Bombay you wanted a heart-shaped pizza,
and I think that went like a big it was quite a big hit with all our customers, and we had a lot of people sending their girlfriends and boyfriends heart-shaped pizzas, or pizzas with the heart-shaped toppings on it.
Yeah.
So it was quite a cool one.
This was actually one of your questions said, what didn't you anticipate? This was a market we didn't anticipate at all. We thought that people might gift cakes and mithais and chocolates, but we never thought people would gift meals. And especially like the way we see NRI kids, let's say their parents are having a get together and their parents maybe 65, 70, and then they're having a get together at their house. They actually sit there and with a remote control, through delivery shut.in, organize food from different restaurants, or organize the catering, pay for it and everything. So their parents have to chill. You know how, like when you're here, you obviously want to help your parents when they're having a get together or a gathering. When you're that age, you can't.
So you're giving them the opportunity of being there, but not being there at the same time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the consumer side. How open were people to ordering online? I'm sure there must be a certain generation that was very comfortable with it. People who wanted to go outside.
So I think the challenge, the people still hesitate on using the credit cards online, or basically using plastic money online, but we have a cash on delivery option. So that aspect of it is sort of taken care of in that sense.
Though since when we launched
Yeah.
in the past almost 2 years, we've seen a change. So
Yeah.
we've seen credit card payments grow by almost 50% from what they started out to be.
So
Over a 2-year period.
yeah, so basically there is slowly people are moving to using credit cards online or debit cards online, but cash on delivery is an option available with us. So that's not something that there's a hesitation from consumers to order. But I think on the good side, typically people wouldn't know that people would know the few 5-7 joints around their house, and they would restrict their ordering to those 5-7 joints, which they've seen around their area. But they, when they actually went on the website and entered their location, and they said, okay, there are 55 restaurants delivering to you at this point. So you would say, oh wow, I did not know I had 55 of them, ready to deliver to me. So that's the basic revelation that these consumers got, and I think people who have started using our website have stuck on, and they've become loyal customers.
There is an audience in a generation which doesn't want to do it online or finds it tough to do it online. So we also have phone ordering there.
Absolutely.
So I think given where we are in India currently, any internet-based startup does need a phone point of contact.
Yeah.
So anyone who is thinking of starting up, yeah, they definitely need to consider, because the broadband penetration in our country, and
Internet speeds.
internet speeds, people are still on dial-up. A lot of people who have access to the internet at work don't even have PCs at home. Forget internet. So they definitely need a phone point of contact. Even mobile apps, fine. I mean, it's something that's new, it's something that's coming up, but there's still a large market which maybe our parents or our grandparents' generation that probably will not use it.
So, in your original business plan, did you anticipate doing actual phone call deliveries as well, or having a
Yeah,
phone line?
yeah.
You all had
Yeah,
that
we
idea.
always realize that in terms of evolution of the market, we're not quite as far along as the West. So we knew that the dependency on the phone would definitely be there, and we knew that from the start.
And at least the market we are in, we're one of the first movers. It's still early, it's
Yeah.
still the sunrise time for this market. It's not the time where it's at its peak or something like that. So we need to adapt to these kind of things.
Yeah.
I'm sure, at some
Over
point,
time, dependency
the peak
will-
it'll
yeah.
start growing and growing really fast. But until that growth comes, we need to be set to do whatever we can to capture the most business now.